Woodcutters Dream, a folk tale from Eastern Europe. The woodcutters lived together in a house on the edge of the forest. A nice house, a green roof, a porch with a red bench on it, and a big oak tree out back. And every morning they get up, eat their breakfast, grab their axes, and head into the forest and chop wood, cut down timber. That was their job. They were woodcutters. And every day when they came home, a few of them would go and just sit on the red bench to rest a little bit. A few would go inside to prepare supper for everyone, and a few would relax under the oak tree. After supper and a little talking, time for bed. And one night, when they fell asleep, they all had the same dream. They dreamed that they were walking along on a road, and they came over a hill. And there they saw a bridge going over a stream, and on the bridge was a guard in a red uniform, gold buttons, and a tall black hat with an eagle on it. And in the dream, they went down and they had shovels and they started digging under the bridge. And then they reached down into the hole that they had dug, and there was a big chest, and they pulled it out and opened it up, and it was full of gold. And they woke up, and one of them said, "Wow, I just had a wild dream. I dreamed I was going over a hill. I saw a guard on a bridge. I dug under the bridge and there was a chest full of gold." "You did?" "I had that same dream." And another woodcutter said, "I had that dream too. Me too, me too, me too, me too." Whoa. Okay, everyone. That's great. That's cool about that dream. But I'm looking out the window, and it's light in the sky. Time to put away the dreams, eat our breakfast, and go to work. And they agreed. So they ate their breakfast and they went back into the woods and they did their work. And they came back home at the end of the day, and some sat on the red bench, some sat under the oak tree, and some made the dinner. And after dinner, they went to bed again. And they had the same dream. An old road going over the hill, and there was a bridge, and on the bridge was a guard in a red uniform with gold buttons and a tall black hat with a golden eagle on it. And they dug under the bridge, and there was a chest, and they opened it up, and it was full of gold, and they woke up. I had that dream again. Me too, me too, me too, me too. Light out. Okay. Had their breakfast and they went back into the forest to work. And at the end of the day, just like always, some on the bench, some under the oak tree, some cooking dinner. And after supper, they went to bed. And guess what? Yep, the same dream again. Over the hill, there's the bridge, there's the guard, there they're digging again, and there's the chest, open it up, full of gold, and they wake up. They looked at each other. Yep, me too, I had it again. Well, it's light out, what do you think? And this time, one of them said, "Well, what I think, we had that dream 3 nights in a row. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's true. So, we could lose one day in the forest and go find that bridge. What do you think?" People were nodding. The woodcutters were nodding. "Yes, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that." So instead of their axes, they carried shovels. And instead of going towards the forest, they went towards the nearest village. When they got into that village, they started asking around, "Is there a bridge around here with a guard on it, with a tall black hat?" "No, I never heard of that. Maybe you need to travel on further." They traveled on. The next village. "Did you ever hear of a bridge going over a little stream, and on it is a guard with a red uniform and gold "No, I never heard of that." "Better keep walking." They walked on, and everywhere they asked, "No, we've never heard of that." And they looked at each other and they said, "Boy, we have wasted a day. Let's go back home, and tomorrow morning, get to work." So they started walking back home, and they were not very happy. And just then, a wagon driver stopped and said, "You want to ride on the wagon? You guys don't look very happy, and you look tired." "We are tired, and we're not very happy, you're right." They're riding along. And the wagon driver said, "Well, what are you walking around for? And why are you unhappy?" It's a crazy story. You see, we had the same dream 3 nights in a row. And in the dream, we were walking up this road and over a hill, and we saw a bridge. And on the bridge was a guard with a red uniform. And the wagon driver said, "And gold buttons and a black hat with an eagle on?" "Yes." "How do you know that?" "Oh, if you had just kept going a little further, you would have seen it yourself. That's the King's Bridge. You just have to go over that next hill where you almost were there." "Oh, okay. Thank you. They jumped off the wagon, and they headed back in the direction they had come from. There they go. And they came over that hill, and yep, there it was. The bridge with the guard on it. And they still had their shovels, so they ran down, and they started digging under the bridge, and the guard said, "Halt! What are you doing?" "It's okay, we're just digging under the bridge." "You cannot dig under the bridge. This is the King's Bridge. I'm guarding it." "You think you can just come and dig under the bridge?" "Yes, because, you see, we had a dream. We had a dream 3 nights in a row. And you were in our dream. And in our dream, we dug under the bridge, and there was a chest full of gold. So we wanted to see if the dream could be true. And now we want to dig to find the gold." "You cannot dig here. And anyway, just because you dreamed it 3 times does not mean it's true. I had a dream once. It was an amazing dream, and I had it 3 nights in a row. But did I go and look for it? No, I stayed on my job on the bridge. Now get going." So once again, the woodcutters started to head back home. But before they got far, one of them turned to the guard and said, "Excuse me, guard, would you tell us your dream?" "Well, okay, it's a strange dream, pretty cool. In my dream, and it happened 3 nights too, I was walking, and I came to this house, and it was on the edge of the woods, and it had a green roof, and it had a red bench on the porch, and behind the house was a big oak tree. And in the dream, I went and I started digging under the oak tree, and there was a chest, and I opened it up, and it was full of gold, and that's when I woke up. But I did not leave my job, so get going." And the woodcutters started back home. But wait, did you hear what he just said? Green roof, red bench, oak tree in the back? Let's go! They ran and ran. There's their house with the green roof and the red bench and the oak out back, and they started digging under the oak, and boom, boom, a chest. And they opened it up, and it was full of gold. And that's the story of the Woodcutter's Dream.